When I go now? Okay, right. My name's David Hartop, and I'm going to tell you about the quest for a photograph of my father, which I have never seen, and I'd like to. Perhaps I had a premonition my mother was going to die next year, I don't really know. But I asked her that year, while she was still alive and she was healthy at the time, I want to find out about my dad. And she looked at me and she went, "You've opened a can of worms up there." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "There's a long story to it. He was flying airlifts from just outside Watford at the time, but they met a few times, obviously, and I was a result of it. But there was a little story going around that the girls used to bundle onto a train at Wilson Junction on Friday night and all go to Watford to see if they could meet someone. And all I've found out about him is what I'm telling you now. He's like a ghost figure. Apparently a lot of people were like that. He was with the 441st Bomb Squadron, attached to the 320th Bomb Group. Apparently it was an expeditionary force, which started out in Libya, I believe. And from there, all through the war, they moved up Italy. They was in Anzio, Rome. They went right through the lot, right the way up into southern France as the war progressed. And then eventually they got into Germany. And that's what, at the end of the war. This is a shortened version of it, obviously, because I can't quite remember it all. But they were going out on planes. Some of them didn't return. Some come back injured and one thing and another. But I got in touch with Flat Rock Historical Society, where he used to live. And the woman there said, "Well, I can help you." She said, "But I don't know how far we can go with this." Anyway, within 2 days, she sent me a copy of his death certificate. As I say, you know, he would have been 101 anyway by then. And she said, "A friend of mine works in the records office. I'll see what else I can get for you." I said, "Really, I'm looking for a photo." She said, "Well, I've looked for that. There's not one." She said, "But you have got a brother and sister." And the woman in the records office, her friend, gave me their names, addresses. So I wrote to them and asked them. They said they had lots of photos of him. They said, "Well, don't worry, we'll send something to him." But they never have. Sent them Christmas cards, no reply. And when I got copies of the original letters that were sent backwards and forwards from the military to my mother, asking his whereabouts, proving that I was his son, I sent them copies of those a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully I might hear something by the end of next week. Maybe. I'm not going to hold my breath over it. And it's sort of, it does something to you. Thinking that you're never ever going to see your dad as he was. But yeah, I'm still digging. I hope that's good enough for you.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when.